We will keep this promise to the American people. If you like your doctor, you will be able to keep your doctor, period.
Those words, that fib, that has been, of course, a critical part of the debate regarding Obamacare. I would venture that the number one news story in the last 12 months has been Obamacare. The implementation of the perhaps greatest arbitrary theft of a huge portion of America's commerce, the arbitrary government takeover of millions of people's health care, the trashing of freedom to choose health providers. I think that that's probably been the number one story for last year. Well, it's going to be with us for a long time to come. And there are a few elements about this that I want to focus on because they're critical. Number one, we, you and I, ethically, do we have the right to force our neighbor to pay for our health care? Ultimately, that is going to be the debate that this comes to, or it will never go away. Ever. Now, if you're not a regular viewer of the program, let me explain exactly what I'm talking about. Healthcare is a blessing from God. Healthcare was spearheaded by the church for centuries, okay? Jesus talks in Matthew chapter 25 about the fundamental needs of the human body and addressing those needs in our neighbor being a part of our Christian duty. So it's a big deal. And I personally have an interest in this because our son is being treated for cancer at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, which is a private hospital and is not taking federal grants. So anyway, the debate is going to be whether or not the federal government has the ethical right, never mind the constitutional right, the ethical right to put a gun to your head and force you to pay for your neighbor's health care. Or to put a gun to your neighbor's head and force them to pay for your health care. Because ultimately, this is a socialist, pseudo-communist redistribution of wealth. All right, so that's the ethical thing. The financial side of this is we're looking at chaos. Even as we begin this new year, close out the last year, there are millions upon millions of people who had health care when they began 2013, and now they find themselves uncovered because of Obamacare. Millions upon millions. And of course, the healthcare exchanges that Obama and his cronies have set up are an abysmal technical failure. We still have people that simply can't figure it out and get it to work. Then we've got people, maybe you, who think they're covered, but they're not. So the ramifications of this, the long term, over this next year, 2, 3 years, the ramifications of this are going to be with us for a long time to come. People are having their insurance policies double and triple in price. And the target group that Obama went after, the young, the uninsured or the underinsured, they're saying, we don't want it. The polling data shows that the young people are saying, I'll take my chances, thank you. I'll pay the $95 fine or whatever it is. And by the way, the government still doesn't have a mechanism by which it can fine someone. What are they going to do? Send out FBI agents? Guns drawn? Have you signed up for Obamacare? Yes or no? And as we will talk about in another episode, probably the thing that grieves me the most about Obamacare is it forces people to pay for drugs that kill innocent unborn human life. And the double tragedy is that most, not all, thank God, but most of the Christian leadership in this country, the religious leadership, evangelical, mainline Presbyterian, or mainline denominations, Protestant denominations, and the Roman Catholic Church, they have fallen flat on their face and have not resisted this evil. God help us. I'll be right back.
That means tackling major scientific and technological challenges.
Like build a website.